Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe. This is episode 5 of the Collection Manager tutorial series, which is basically a set of videos focused on recreating the outstanding collection manager systems found in Hearthstone by using Unity Engine and C# script. In the previous video, we have added more cards in this game and update search buttons on both sides. In this episode, we will finish this project and here are the steps I needed to follow. First of all, I need to make code refactoring and clean our codes a bit. Then, I will add UI import field in this game which allows players to search specific cards by their name. Additionally, I'm going to add more features inside card prefab such as the local image, display how many cards we have in this game. Finally, we will talk about how to make simple animations by doodling in this project. As always, the link for the project repository is on the description below. Feel free and check them out for yourself. By the way, I have already prepared the text version of this episode. Okay, let's get into it. Now we have opened up Unity. There are only 3 C# scripts in this project. Card script will focus on all of the information that each card will contain, such as card name, description, sprite, and other gameplay stuff. The collection of cards has been stored inside Card Manager script. We can manually edit each card information on Inspector. Here is our UI Manager script. We can double-click the Update Page function, then press Command or Control F to search the same function located inside this script. Additionally, we can press Command or Control R to rename them together. Let's rename them as Update Page UI. In this case, let's change several functions order for easy to understand later. Now we have closed all of customized functions on our UI Manager script. Once we press the search buttons on both sides, we will call search by manner or search by class function. When we open these two functions, you will notice that there are several repeated groups inside these two functions. We can create a new function called displayCard when press button. Inside this newly function, first of all, copy and paste the first for loop inside this newly function. Then, you will notice that both second for loop has connected with the cards inside their own function. Both of functions has created one instance called cards to store what kind of cards we are searching for. Create one parameter which represents what kind of card we are searching for allows us to use this function inside these two different conditions. Then, we can copy and paste the second for loop inside this newly function. And don't forget to replace all cards with underscore cards. I'm used to writing underscore to distinguish between parameter name and normal variable name. Now we can easily replace bunch of codes with this new function. Once we've done that, we clean our code a bit and easy to check out in later. Let's delete several useless commands. Actually, we should not put update page UI function inside update because we don't need to call this function in each frame. We have created two functions which returns the collection of cards we need in different conditions. Make some comments for them first. Then, if you open display by search manner and display by search class functions, you will notice that there are two similar groups looks like the same. Create another function called display card by search. The parameter is the collection of card type. Then, replace a bunch of codes with this newly function as well. Cool. Now we have used several minutes to review the UI Manager script and complete the code refactoring. If you don't follow this step yet or want to skip this boring code refactoring process, I have saved this script on the description, so feel free and check it out. Since we are going to create the search bar import field on the right side, we need to scale down our right panel. If necessary, we have to change the font size as well. Select Gallery Background in the hierarchy. Go UI and click Import Field. Press the Anchor Preset button and snap to the bottom right corner of the canvas. Scale its size. Select Placeholder and change several properties. Replace the source image. Making sure text component property on the text game object shall be the same property on the placeholder. Actually, you can choose to copy and paste the component as well. Go to UI Manager script. The first private is a string variable that is called search name. So this string variable will track down what kind of car do we search by import field. Then create a new import field variable called search import to hold a reference to the import field component on our import game object. In the last episode, we have talked about there are 3 modes in our game: normal mode, search by mana mode, and search by class title mode. Each mode we use one Boolean variable to represent. So let's create another mode called search by import mode. Create another function called search by import. Once we type certain name or words, then press the enter button or click the search image icon, we will call this function. Go back to Unity, create one UI image and replace the source image. You can download the assets from the description below. This is our search button. Inside UI Manager script, first of all, once we press this search button, our game turns into search by import mode, which means the Boolean variable is search by import is equal to be true. Other most Boolean variables are equal to be false. We have created one search type variable called search name, which tracks down what kind of car do we search by import field. So we can say search name is equal to search import.text. Actually, this new function is similar with our previous function. First, for loop all of car slots and set active to be false. We need to reset all of car slots when we press the search button. Then, for loop all of cars in this project. Once the string type variable search name is equal to one of card name, we are going to display this card. We use 2 upper methods to convert a string to uppercase. We can copy and paste this group inside this new function. Another thing that concerns us is updating our page text. As we know, we call the update page UI function inside update. Remove this function and call it inside start function. So once we press the keyboard A or D, we must update our UI page. If we press the reset button, we also have to update the UI page text. There is one error on console window. When we copy and paste, we forgot to change here. Replace the underscore cars with cartmanager.cars. Drag the import field game object into this empty slot. Before running the game, since we use keyboard A or D to turn the page, let's change them as left arrow and right arrow. Save the script and switch back. First, press the keyboard and turn the page. The first error is that our page UI tags do not update when we press the search button on both sides. Once we tapped a word and press the search button, nothing happens because we forgot to add the callback function inside import field component. Drag UI Manager to here and select Search by Import function. Remember, only public access modifier can be accessed inside this group. First of all, let's search for one car name which does not exist on our list. Then search for another name. Cool, we can try again. Now, let's fix the error that our page UI tags do not update when we press the search buttons on both sides. Go back to Visual Studio. Inside Search by Import function, we know that when we press the search button, we will enter the Search by Import mode. However, we forgot to reset other modes. When we press the Search by Manner button, which means our mode turned into Search by Manner mode, we have to reset the Search by Import mode and set equal to be false. Likewise, we have to reset inside Search by Class function. Also, inside Initial Cars tab, once we press the reset button, its search by import is equal to be false. Go to turn page function. Since there is only one card under this condition, we can simply leave it blank. We leave one error is that our page UI tags do not update when we press the search buttons because inside Search by Manner function, we forgot to call Update Page UI function. If we enter the play mode and run our scene, we can search specific cards by their name, by their mana cost, even turn page. Everything looks perfect. Now let's add more features inside Card Prefab. Double-click this tiny blue cube and enter the Prefab mode. In this case, we want to add one image to represent whether this card is locked or not. Additionally, we want to tell the player how many cards they have for this specific card. Since we are inside the Prefab mode and all of card slots are created from this Prefab, once we modify this Prefab, all of card slots will be changed as well. Create a new UI image and snap to the right side. Then replace the source image and change its position. create one UI text as the child of this whole image. This UI text will display how many cars we have for this card. Select the card body game object and create another UI image. Rename it as log image. Drag the sprite inside source image and change its size. So we have to add more features inside our card script. Card script will focus on all of the information that each card contains, such as card name, descriptions, sprite, and other gameplay stuff. We have one public Boolean variable called isChild, and we have another integer variable that is called hold number. Go to UI Manager script. Remember, we have used GetChild methods to get each card game object. I know that this method has many disadvantages, such as we cannot change the order inside this card body game object, which incredible expenses on the performance. In the next episode, I will introduce another method to replace. In this episode, we will continue to use these methods and complete this project. For example, if we want to get access of the hold image game object in this game, we can write car slots i.transform.GetChild8 to get access of the hold image game object, because hold image acts as the next child of its parent. The index starts from 0. Then write transform.GetChild0 to get access of the text game object under the hold image game object. Then we can get the component of text by using getComponentText and use text.text equal to car's hold number. Once our car's Boolean variable isChild is equal to be false, which means our cars has been locked. We don't have this card. Our local image should set active to be true. Otherwise, if we have this card, we don't want to display the local image. Additional, if we don't have this card image turn into black color. We get component of the image type and set the color to 000. Otherwise, the card image turn into normal color. If we don't have this card, we don't want to display the hold image. Otherwise, once the hold number is greater than 1, we want to display the hold number. If we only have one card, also set active to be false. Now, we can copy this group and paste inside several functions which display cards in this game, making sure you have copy and paste in these several places. Go back to Unity and edit each card in the inspector. If we run our scene, we can see that each card has their new appearance now. We can try to change the whole number to 55 and test again. Cool, it works. What's more, if you want to change the font size in the Visual Studio, you can simply use rich text. It's inspired by HTML. The basic idea is that a section of cards can be enclosed inside a pair of matching text. If you want to learn more, I have attached one page for you. Cool, now our page looks more fun. If you feel your card so big, you can go to card prefab mode and change inside. Each card slot from this prefab will change as well. Finally, for the animation, I watched this video which talks about stop using animation window on UI because you are updating your layout every single frame. Even nothing happens, it's incredibly expensive to your game's performance. So what's alternatives? I use DoTween. DoTween is a free library, so this is not one advertisement. To do this is very easy. Import these assets and use this library above the script. For easy to use, I have created one folder called Move Effect Tool. These folders are downloaded from one free online courses. You can skip the process of install the assets. Just drag this folder inside the project. There are a bunch of animations inside the scene. You can choose one of them to use. If you right-click one of the buttons, the code has been copied. You can paste anywhere you want. By the way, this folder is also based on DoTween. If you're curious about these assets, you can go to their website. There are thousands of examples available to learn. In this project, I used DoTween to make several simple animations. Later, I will try to make several animation tutorials in this channel. Alright, we have completed this series. I'm going to update series later and add more features if you want. In the next episode, we are going to make multiple cards by scriptable object based on a new scene and give up transform.GetChild methods. As always, you can download the project from the description below. By the way, you can join our server on Discord. Stay tuned for future updates from my channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, share with friends, and subscribe to my channel. There's much more to come. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.